Hi, my name is Arpit Patel, and I am here to discuss about the case study which I have chosen for this assignment is abusive workplace behavior. Uh, and I am here to discuss Diane's case and her encounters with Max, the aggressive technical team leader on a research team for augmented reality. This case highlights important workplace ethics concerns as well as how leadership behavior affects the team relationship. So the question is identify which ethical principles are involved in the case scenario and explain how they are involved. So the is as per the ACM code of ethics, the one principle which is involved in this is a contribute to society and human well-being. The integrity of a workplace is instantly threatened by Mr. Max's activities, which is crucial to developing a culture where each team member is valued and feels safe. Maintaining integrity at a work is a crucial for everyone's health as well as for group morale and productivity. When Max behaves in a way that betrays this integrity, it has detrimental effect on the entire team. The second principle which is involved is prevent harm to others. Max's harsh words and actions have created an atmosphere of fear and unhappiness, particularly for Diane and other female team members. Psychological harm can manifest in a variety of ways, including anxiety, despair, and low self-esteem. In such an environment, people are people are disinclined to voice their ideas, which fosters a culture of silence rather than open conversation. This principle emphasizes the ethical duty to prevent harm and promote support system that ensure every team member can thrive without fear of intimidation or harassment. The third principle which involves here is respect the work. Respect the work required to produce original concepts. Not only that, but computational artifacts and creative works. Max violates the normal norm that acknowledges and cherishes the teamwork as the origin of creativity by by ridiculing and removing his colleagues' hardworking efforts from their journal submissions. By doing this, he undercuts the distinctive contributes of his colleagues and stifles innovation and drives within the team as a whole. Team members may become disinterested in and less committed to the completing task as if they believe their contributions are not recognized or valued. Other ethical sources and ideas which takes part in this is equality. The Max's discriminatory acts towards female team members constitute a grave injustice. Equality in the workplace refers to treating all the employees fairly and providing them with equal chances. In addition to causing bodily harm, prejudice fosters a toxic workplace culture that can harm team dynamics and company. The second principle which takes place here is being polite to others. The ethical precept of regard for persons emphasizes how important it is to treat others with dignity and respect. Max's action demonstrate the lack of respect for his comrades, treating them more like tools and tools than value treating them like tools than valuable members of his team. Being empathetic, paying attention and appreciating people as distinct individuals are all required by professional ethics. The third one is knowledge being a professional. It is a conducting oneself in a way that maintains integrity, decency and confidence among co-workers. Max action depart from this expected behavior of professionals. Upholding professionalism means building an environment where each person may contribute and collaborate effectively in addition to abiding by moral standards. When professionalism is compromised, the basic trust needed for teamwork is compromised as well, leading to a breakdown in cooperation and communication. And this is a little bit out of context, but the I have heard the recent news as in India, the one woman aged 26 died by work pressure because of this workplace abusive behavior last week. The third question is do I agree with the decision made or actions taken in my ACM form from my ACM scenario from an ethical perspective? I completely agree with Diane's decision to speak with Jean about Mac's abusive behavior. Not only it is morally right to report such behavior, but it is also crucial to creating a courteous and secure work environment. Ethical workplaces are built on accountability and encouragement, and removing abuse is essential in fostering an environment that it is productive for all employees. Diane is speaking up not only to defend herself but also to uphold the groups and the company's overall integrity. The justification with reference the Harvard Business Review, which discussed the importance of handling toxic leadership and how how it impacts the productivity of how it impacts the productivity and morale of the team. As per the Professor Duffy, he claims that abusive leaders hurt individual employees as well as the culture of their whole organization. This deterioration could lead to a decline in job satisfaction, an increase in staff turnover, and a drop in creative output. In this case, gene's intervention is critical to not only Diane's well being as well as the team's general health. A supportive leader can help to restore trust and create an environment where employees feel free to express their opinions without any fear of repercussions or consequences or any kind of intimidation. The second reference is the Journal of Business Ethics, which has emphasized that ethical leadership uh, builds positive workplace behavior. According to Professor Brown and Trevino, the establishment of norms that discourage violence and promote justice and decency necessitates the presence of morally pure leaders. Jane has a responsibility to actively uphold these moral principles. This may entail putting in a place policies that protect employees from the harassment and retaliation, creating transparent channels for reporting and inappropriate behavior in the workplace, and by providing instruction on appropriate behavior in the workplace. By taking all these steps, Jean not only allayed Diane's immediate concern, but it also contributes to the development of a long-term solution that enhances the working environment. Now, the overview of ethical conduct is, in the end, the Jain should confront Max directly about his actions because it is morally right thing to do. This means addressing the current situation with Diane and establishing comprehensive protocols that forbid workplace abuse. A few example of this includes consistent training sessions, anonymous reporting platforms, and clear penalties for abusive behavior. By abiding by all these moral precepts, Jean not only supports Diane but also provides a friendly environment where all team members can thrive. Top talent is attracted to, and creativity is nurtured in an ethically conscious workplace, which boosts overall success. Now the question number 4 is, I have to assume the perspective of different social people which plays the role in this, and how they think about this scenario from an ethical uh, perspective of the victim, which in this case is Diane. If I, as a Diane, I am deeply impacted by Mac's actions because I am a victim of his abusive behavior. My confidence and enthusiasm for my work are undermined by his frequent insults and outbursts, which creates a hostile work environment. When I honestly made a mistake in the code, I anticipated helpful criticism rather than humiliation in front of others. I feel alone and unsupported by this kind of behavior, especially because it seems to be targeted specifically at the woman in the team. The emotional toll is significant, and I find it hard to engage with Max and fear making mistakes. I believe that this kind of behavior is not only inappropriate, but it is also highly harmful to my career advancement and mental health. As per Professor Lewis study, as per the study of Professor Lewis in 2019, it denotes that bullying at work can result in significant psychological distress, including depression, uh, anxiety and depression. And I'm hoping Jane will give my and as per as a Diane, I'm hoping that Jane will give my complaint some serious thought and realize that Max's action violate not only my moral standards but also my basic right to a polite workplace. Um now the perspective of now the perspective of the corporation. As a corporation, being a respectful, cooperative, and innovative culture is one of our top priorities as a company. Max's aggressive conduct not only goes against our professed principles but also endangers our production and image, and our overall reputation in the market. If such behavior is allowed to continue, it can result in high turnover rates and high staff, and it can lead to a staff unsatisfaction, which can make it harder to draw in top talent, and especially women who feel intimidated or underappreciated. We understand that being inclusive and diverse is essential to our success in the tech sector. According to the research of Professor Herring, which was done in 2009, it says that the diverse teams are more creative and perform better. Max's activities are bad for our overall organizational success as well as the moral of the team. To build a secure environment, we must assist Gene in taking Gene in taking immediate action against this issue, putting professional behavior training programs into place, and setting explicit regulations against this kind of actions and harassments. The viewpoint of the society is from a social perspective. Events like this draws attention to more pervasive issues with harassment at work and discrimination against women, which persist across numerous industries. Moreover, Max's action highlight systematic problems that hinder women's career advancement and result in their marginalization. Such toxic work culture could perpetuate cycles of discrimination and inequality if they become more commonplace. Because healthy work environment are very essential to both economical growth and community well-being, it is in the interest of the society to ensure that these conditions are upheld. Research indicates that organization that supports inclusivity benefits society as a whole by encouraging diversity of perspective and creativity in addition to their workplace. This study was conducted by Professor Cox in 1993. Max's behavior needs to be addressed by Diane, but it is also crucial for greater movement in the workplace toward equality and the respect for women. The fourth point of view is the point of view of a judge or a law enforcement official. As a judge or law enforcement official, it is my duty to uphold the law and shield people from harassment and discrimination at work. Given that the Max has a history of singling out female employees for harassment and bullying at work, his action might be subject to legal restrictions against such behavior. In addition to violating ethical standards, such behavior may also violate the law, which was established to protect workers from hazardous work environments. I would emphasize my handling of this case, how important it is that the company set up a formal complaint procedure. It is very crucial for employee safety to report abusive behavior without any fear of retaliation or layoffs. And effective reporting system have been showing significantly reduce the frequency of workplace harassment incidents as per the study conducted by Professor Burgess in 2013. Such cases must be taken seriously in order to protect justice and accountability, as well as to make it very evident that abusive behavior will not only be tolerated in any form. Now the question 5 is, I have to choose two of the technologies, and I have to consider a legal, ethical, societal, and moral issues surrounding these technologies. So the technology which I have chosen is Internet of Things. The technology I have chosen is Internet of Things, and the first one I will talk about the legal issues regarding to the technology, the IoT. The first issue regarding the legal issue is the privacy and data security. As more and more IoT devices are being used, worries about privacy and data protection have grown dramatically, and that these devices regularly collect vast amounts of personal data, necessitating stringent regulations. The two fundamental frameworks exist. One of them is, according to the European Commission 2018, the General Data Protection Regulation, which is known as GDPR, is an European regulation that gives individual more control over their personal data and mandates strict data protection measures. One of Another is Californians now have more privacy rights and control over what personal information is collected and uh, how it is used thanks to California Consumer Privacy Act, which is known as CCPA. Uh, the another legal issue regarding the technology IoT is cybersecurity laws. The As per U.S. Congress article, IoT Cybersecurity Improvement Act of 2020, it says that the vulnerability of the Internet of Things to cyber attacks has prompted the introduction of various cybersecurity laws. For example, the IoT Cybersecurity Improvement Act in the US requires federal agencies to ensure that IoT devices follow all the security guidelines which has been created and which has been made mandatory by the government of the USA. Now the ethical issues related to the technology Internet of Things. One of the issue is data ownership and consent. a contentious issue is who owns the data generated by Internet of Things devices. As per the Professor Zubov, users may not fully understand the extent of their consent when using these devices, which could result in potential exploitation, as the users are not aware that the Internet of Things devices are creating a large amount of data, day by day, moment by moment, because they are generated, or they are made to monitor and uh, collect all the data and create an information which can be used to execute particular task. Now, the second issue is unfavorable views of monitoring. uh, as per the as per an publicated article which was published by Sage Publications, and it was written by Professor Fush, if I'm not taking his name wrong. Social It was named as a social media a critical introduction. As per him, because IoT technology is so pervasive, it presents moral dilemmas regarding privacy and monitoring. Concern over the potential for a surveillance society is growing, and as technology advances, the more the technology advances, the more the data it generates, the more the digital footprint it has, and the more regulations and surveillance it requires over these IoT technologies, which are not in the place right now, as they can monitor and do the surveillance of all the activities done by the user. The this Now we are talking now I'll be talking about the societal issues regarding the IoT technology. The first one is digital divide. As per the article, disrupted cities when there is an infrastructure breakdown, which was written by Professor Graham, as in 2011. It denotes that access to IoT technology is often hampered by economic disparities, which exacerbates the digital divide between affluent and impoverished population. This inequality may hinder social mobility and access to basic services. For the example, if there are two people, and one of them is having an IoT device of an Apple, and one of them is not having any kind of IoT device, and he won't be able to take the he won't be able to access that service. And this is just a basic example, as IoT is a very wide industry, but it will create a little bit of division between the people. The second issue is work displacement. uh, as as per the book written by Professor Frey and Osborne, which was released in 2017, which the name of the book is The Employment in the Future. To what extent will jobs will be computerized? Um, as per the book, the threat that automation through IoT technologies has and possess to specific job roles, there has raised concerns about the changes in not only the labor market, but in the financial but it can affect the financial situation of a widespread job loss. Because of the automation, there can be a lot of layoffs in the future, as per the book. And now I will be talking about the moral issues regarding the IoT technologies. The first one is technology dependency. As per Professor Lion D, he wrote, as per the Professor Lion D, as IoT systems are increasingly integrated into sensitive sectors, the ethical implications of entrusting technology to handle personal data responsibly become critical. Um, as I said, no IoT device are not only just a device; it collects a large amount of data, and it also collects a critical and private data too. So it is very it's very critical, and it is very important to um, handle the personal data responsibly. The second issue is autonomy versus control. The concerns regarding human control over technology are brought up by the increasing independence of smart devices, particularly when it comes to making critical decisions. Nowadays, because of the artificial intelligence, it has become more and more let's say more and more trendy to automate all the devices, to let them make the decisions, and based on the decisions they have based on their decisions, they execute the task which they have been assigned. So it is a point of concern, or let's say a topic of concern, as per as per Professor DJ Gunkel's article, which was written in MIT Press, which was named as a robot rights. uh, Now, the second technology which I have chosen is robotics. Now, I'll be talking about the legal issues regarding it. The first issue is autonomous system regulation. As robotic systems self driving cars gain autonomy, legal frameworks are desperately needed to establish an accountability in the event of malfunctions or accidents. As per Professor Gogol J and Muller JF, they introduced a journal of robotics and autonomous system named Legal Concern and Possible Uses of Driverless Car in the Future. For example, Tesla, if the what the it is a issue if the Tesla's autonomy system, or its AI creates and some sort of it meets and malfunction or creates some sort of accident, then who will be the one to held responsible? And it is a issue for all the it is a issue for governments to come up with some sort of legal framework to cover all these things. The second issue is responsibility and liability. It is challenging to assign blame for mishaps brought on by robots. Whether or not manufacturers, users, or designers should face the legal repercussions is up for the debate. As per the Professor Lin, he wrote an article, a response to the challenge of artificial intelligence robot ethics 2.0. And it was not only the article, but it was the book, and this is the part of one of his article. It says that it is it has become an issue to whom you will be held responsible if a robot who commits some sort of mishappenings or accident, then who will be the responsible? And it is a very critical issue. Now I'll be talking about the moral concerns, and one of the issue is AI assisted decision making, particularly in high stakes contexts like healthcare and military applications. The use of AI in robotics raises ethical concern about the moral frameworks guiding these decisions. So, as per an article called Asylomer AI Principle, which was established in 2017, which says that it is important to have some sort of governance over the decision making of the AI, because we cannot let the robots do operations, because the someone's life at the stakes, right, at that very particular moment. And in the military applications, if AI makes an wrong decision, it can create a mayhem or chaos in that particular situation, and it can be possible to the reason behind the start of war in two nations. Now, the second issue is employment loss. Robots are replacing human, labor in many industries, and it is very identical, raising ethical questions about employment and wealth distribution in an increasingly automated economy. As per the book, How Technology Will Change the Role of Human Experts in the Professions in the Future, was published in the 2015 by R&D Susskind in Oxford University Press. It says that most of the it says that the robots will affect the employment, and it will be the and the robots will be the robots will be responsible for people to lose their job. For example, in an automobile sector and industry, the companies has many big companies have accommodated robots and big machines which are able to do the job, which which required to do which required a lot of manpower, and it has created so much layoffs in the past times, and it can be a crucial in it can be very critical to accommodate all the people who have lost their jobs in any other sector. It is, as it will be the problem for the government of that particular nation. Now, the social issues regarding the robotics. The first one is employment. The social unrest and economic inequality may result from the stark divide that the rise of robotics may create between those whose jobs are automated and those who continue to work. As per the, Professor Brynjolfsson and McAfee, they they published an article named "Employment, Deployment, and Wealth in a Time of Innovative Technologies: The Second Machine Age," and it denotes that the more and more we advance the technology, it will be affected in another way to the humankind. Not only some of the people will lose job, and some of them will have their jobs. The people who will lose their jobs might be in the IT sector, as AI has taken over some of the fields, and the AI tools are now more accurate and efficient, which is the reason for many layoffs in the past times in IT sector. And also in automotive and automobile sector, it the mega machines and robots are the reasons of many layoffs in the past times. So it can affect it is a very critical social issue regarding the robotics technology. The support and healthcare concerning the possible loss of human empathy in healthcare are raised by growing reliance on robots to provide care. This could have an impact on patient outcomes and the standard of care. as per the as per the Professor Sharkey A and Sharkey N, a robotic assisted living and moral dilemmas, Granny and the Machine article, it denotes that the robots which are being used as a tool to take care of the elder people are considered to be a good thing. But other area of healthcare, which is doing an operation of a patient, or executing an critical task which can be done by the human, as the human will be able to make a better decision in that place, as he will have some sort of empathy towards the patient, rather than the robot who want rather than the robot, and it won't even have some sort of empathy, and it will affect the healthcare sector. Now, the ethical issues regarding the robotics technology. The one is man and the machine. As per as per the as per the Professor Turkle, who worked as a professor alone, as per their article, which named as Alone Together: Why we expect more from technology and less from each other. It denotes that the growing capabilities of robots make it harder to distinguish between human and machine labor, raising ethical concerns about definitions of personhood and work. As the robots have become more and more advanced to execute the task which could be done by a human force, or let's say by men, it has been overtaken by the robots in many industries, and it has created a sense of insensitivity between the insensitivity in the workplace. So it is harder to differentiate between the human and machine labor, and it has created an impact in overall employment market, as per the Professor Turkle. Now the second issue in the second issue is independence in the face of conflict. Deeply moral concerns about the ramifications of machines making life and death decisions are brought up by the use of autonomous robots in military applications. It is a bit of it is like two-way swords, as not a robotics can be robotics can be not only used in on the field, but it can be used to execute a critical task or a hard task, which can be life and death situation for a person or a army personnel to execute that particular task. It is more beneficial for a nation to send a robot to do the task, as as the nation of that as the citizen of that nation will not lose his life. So it is some sort of beneficial, but it is more of a concern, as it can not only have the all it can be or it can be able to make the decision which can create a conflict between two nations, such as misfiring the missile, or some sort of mishap regarding the ammunitions and other arsenals. It is not only the beneficial, but it is more concerning as per the nation's point of view. And this was my assignment on the ACM Code of Ethics and Technologies. Thank you.